I'm Rita Wright here with the president of the university, Dr. Stewart. We're here just to kind of see where we've been in the past year. It's been about a year since you came to the University of Montevallo, and just kind of see where we are, where we've been, and where we're going from here. So I guess my first question would be kind of looking back on the past year, how do you feel about where we were and where we are now?
Well, thanks for having me on, Rita, and asking me a great question to start off. It's been a wonderful first year since I was appointed last March. It's almost been a year. And I guess the thing I'm most excited about is the chance to really learn the traditions at Montevallo. We're a 114, almost 115-year-old institution with many wonderful traditions. I'm getting ready to enjoy my first college night experience this week and weekend. And any university president would give his eye teeth to come into a job with such a great faculty and wonderful students. What I was most struck by as I waded into this very important job and a very fun job, I'll add, was that I really believe in my heart that we are the most compelling untold story in higher education. And my poor colleagues here at the university are growing tired of hearing me so excited about that every morning when I get to work. But when I say that, I really believe in my heart that we are one of the most substantive quality academic institutions in the country. We have very small class sizes, which is a good thing. We have teaching professionals. 94% of our faculty have a PhD or a terminal degree in their field. And we do that for an astoundingly low price compared to other institutions across the country. When you look at our average class size or our student-faculty ratio, which is about 16 to 1, those are numbers that are typically very representative of elite private colleges that charge between $40,000 and $50,000 a year. And the fact that we have students who come to Montevallo and then graduate at the top of their class at Duke Law School or go to study for a PhD in the sciences at Vanderbilt. We just recently had a student graduate from Montevallo and then defend her dissertation this fall at Oxford in England. So as I waded into this job, I really learned that a student can come to Montevallo and do anything in the world that he or she wants to do.
So what initiatives have been put into place since you've taken office?
Good question. I think two stand out as being very important and timely for now. As everyone knows, the state has had struggles financially with the recession, and we've been prorated again, and we're looking at every way we can to save money and keep tuition affordable for our students. Now that said, we've undertaken as part of our strategic plan an initiative to bring about 500 more students to our family at Montevallo, and we call that in higher education strategic enrollment management. That's a fancy way of saying we're going to have to get after it and tell the world about Montevallo. As I said, a student can come here to our family and study in our community of learners and do anything afterward he or she wants to do, whether it be graduate school or professional school or go into business. And we just need to tell the world about that. So the first thing we're going to do is undertake a really aggressive marketing and branding campaign and take our message, kind of preach the Montevallo gospel to the world. And the second thing we're going to do as part of strategic enrollment management is get to as many high school guidance counselors around the state as we can to tell our story. And that's already paying off. I just received a report yesterday in a meeting that we're about 100 more students admitted this time, this week, as in this same week last year. And that's very good news, and actually the students have higher ACT average. So we're taking more students, or we're admitting more students, but they're more capable students. Those dynamics are very hard to balance out, so we're proud of that.
Yeah, that's great. And have there been any dramatic changes in the office of the president since you've came?
Well, hopefully not too dramatic. I got advice from a long-serving university president before I took the job, and he said, keep the drama down to a minimum when you can. So hopefully there haven't been dramatic changes, but we have changed a few things, and I think fundraising is the big thing. I'm out on the road a lot with various professors and deans and chairs and administrators, and we're trying to drum up all the support we can for our students.
What is your plan for Montevallo for the next year, 5 years, 10 years from here?
Well, this first year we spent a lot of time trying to remain the vibrant, robust academic program that we've always been, and in the face of some very serious budget cuts. 30% of our state funding has been lost in the last 3 years, and if you can imagine a household losing 30% of their income in a year, that's a lot to deal with. But that hasn't taken the fun out of the job, and where I see Montevallo 5 years from now is putting this financial tough time in our country behind us, moving ahead, operating just a little more like a private enterprise in the way that we do admissions and fundraising. And in 5 years, I really believe that we'll move from 40th in our U.S. News and World Report category in the Deep South, which is very respectable, to a ranking of in the top 20. And then in 10 years, I really believe that we'll be in the top 5 or 10. And after that, why not number 1?
Oh, there you go. What would you say you're most proud of since being here?
Rita, I'm the most proud that, A, we deliver this incredible education to very deserving students, very capable and motivated students. I'm proud that our students work so hard. Many of them are first-generation students who come from families where they need to work their way through school, and we do everything we can to help them. I'm also very proud that not only we're a great university, that we're a university with a heart, and we're very unique and have lots of great traditions. And I'm especially proud that my son is in the Montevallo family as a freshman, and he has overcome a lot in his life with a disability, and is doing well and loves his professors and loves his classes. I'm very proud of that.
That's great. What would you say has been the biggest challenge of the past year?
I think the biggest challenge, Rita, has been to not so much deal with the finances, although that's very hard for all organizations across the country at this time. Just to make sure that every single day when I get to work, I'm doing the right thing for students. There are a lot of decisions to make in this job, and some of them affect lives and families, and every day I make a decision that in some way affects students. And I always want to I have a sticky on my desk that says students first, and sometimes during the day I'll check and just kind of look at it and make sure that what I'm doing in that particular day benefits students somehow. It's easy to be distracted with other things.
All right, so is there anything else that you would like to kind of close with today?
I think I'd just like to thank everyone in the Montevallo family for affording me this opportunity to lead what I think is the greatest institution in America. And this is our time. Go Falcons.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to speak with you today. I'm Rita Wright, here with President Stewart for the University of Montevallo.